What's
Yo,
up?
Yo,
yo, guys, everyone here? Eric, you here?
Yo, yo,
All right,
yo.
yo, it's me, Kahamsha, Ed. I'm the host. You're listening to Keep It a Stack. We got two more people with us. We got my boy, Steven. Yo, Steven, say what's up to everybody.
hello.
Yo, and we got our boy Henry up in here. Yo, Henry.
Yeah.
Yo, all right, so the last time we talked about a whole bunch of
Oh,
stuff.
also, to not to mention, the reason there's two more is because there's like 8 or 10 of us. It's
Yeah,
supposed
that's
to be
right.
all of
There's
us.
the name of the group is Six Stack, but it is actually 8 of us. We're
Maybe
not.
more. Brian, Barsky, all of them.
I
Like,
don't.
I don't know about Brian,
I don't know
but
about
yeah, but
Brian.
like,
Nah. But there's
yeah, no, not
definitely,
Brian, but like, yeah.
yeah. But there's a solid 8. You know, the 3 of us here, and then there's Steven. No, sorry, not Steven. DJ, Jay,
Jay,
John. What's that? 6, and then Barsky, and
Barsky.
there's one more. Oh no,
John.
there's 4 of us here. I'm tripping. There's 4 of us here, and then
Yeah,
there's Jay, DJ, John, and
and John.
Barsky. Yeah, that's what it is. So pretty much half of us are here. Um, yo, so just give me one sec. Trying to get this link out.
Shout out to the guys.
Big facts. Big facts. Bro, I'm sorry. I know I do this all the time with the sentimental stuff, but like, isn't it crazy that we all met only like 3 years, like less than 2 years ago? No, over 2 years ago or something like that. Like it was what, September?
Cried.
No, I met you guys in September of 2017. I don't know when I met Henry. I think I met Henry like a year later. Henry, how long have I known you?
You're not. Eric introduced me, to be honest. I really don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember
I don't know.
either.
Henry just recently started using like a year ago, but he started playing with us heavy. Like,
Once I came into
so like,
Overwatch, that's when I started hanging out with you
yeah,
guys
so like maybe
all
two
the time.
months, almost 3
Where,
months now. He's been fucking with us heavy.
where? Speaking of Overwatch, you said you had something to talk about, Eric.
All right,
About
so we're
Overwatch.
opening up with Overwatch.
Yeah,
All right,
open up
yeah.
Overwatch. Yeah, screw. Let's open up
So
Overwatch.
my theory is that way since all the stuff that just happened to the shields, I think it's so they could so it works around the healers. If you notice,
Mm-hmm.
so it's more of a healing healing tank thing. So what me and Barsky and DJ were talking about last night was or 2 nights ago, whenever it was, that from what it looks like, the next meta is gonna be dive because the shields getting nerfed really bad.
Right.
It's gonna be meta. It's gonna be Winston Diva. If not, it's gonna be Winston Sigma or Zarya Sigma or Diva Ball or Winston and Ball. And Winston and Ball was working with Barsky and DJ last night, really good. Also, the reason I think it's working around the heal and the tank is because I don't think we're gonna get another tank next. Everyone's thinking it's supposed to be the sumo guy, but I think we're getting Echo next.
Oh, you think we're gonna Echo
Another,
next?
I think we're getting
I
another
don't know
healer.
that. I think we're
I
getting
think we're getting
a
another
tank.
healer. I think they're gonna go completely left and give us a healer, and it's gonna be Echo because of the way everything just got nerfed. It doesn't make sense that we just got a tank, which is Sigma, and then all this nerfing shit happens to the tanks, and then all these healers get buffed and shit like that, and then the tanks get speed up a little bit, and all of this. So it makes sense that we might
I
get a
mean,
healer.
honestly, I feel like what this the changes to barriers is for. I think it's just trying to bring hit scan DPS back into the meta, because if you remember,
Or dive.
I mean, yeah, dive is still. Dive isn't really. I mean, it's in a good spot right now. So I mean, I don't think this affects dive at all.
No,
Other
I'm
than,
saying it's gonna be better for
I
dive.
mean, yeah,
because
but it's gonna be better for
shield.
dive. But like, but I think the aspect of Overwatch that gets improved way more than dive is hit scan characters, because now, you know, soldiers, McCree's, widows could actually do more now that the barriers are gonna have less uptime. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, can I get an intro to who's Echo again? I never seen Echo play at
All right,
all.
so
Echo.
you remember? Do you remember? Did you see the McCree cinematic?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I
Yeah,
did. That's what I'm
that
saying.
little creature robot that came out of the little thing at the end of, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they ever show
Echo.
like, okay.
Yeah, that's Echo. Yeah, I thought
And
that
what
was
position does she play? Heals,
we don't know.
damage.
She's not a healer.
She's a healer. She's a healer.
She's
She's a healer.
she's a healer.
She's a support. Yeah, that's our next support, bro. I'm telling you right now. I'm calling it. That's our next support.
Next support.
Actually, Eric might be onto something because they introduced Echo before they introduced the Talon tank. But at the same time, I think that like what they'll do is that if they're lessening the shield time for Marissa and stuff, that they're going to introduce more of like Hog and using those tanks that are you don't see as often, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or the big tank.
I mean, it could go both ways. They could also. I mean, I don't think they're going to introduce a new DPS, but I think we're more likely to see a healer or a tank added in.
To be honest with you, I don't want a new DPS. I feel like we got enough.
Yeah, I'm good with DPS. I want a new healer, bro.
Right.
Because
or a new tank.
Because
I don't like Sigma at all.
Yeah. I mean, they just introduced Baptiste, so they definitely could introduce that dude, Magna, or whatever his name is.
Maui, whatever.
That's what I'm saying. I highly doubt that he's gonna be the next one. Everyone thinks it's him. I really think it's gonna be Echo.
No, I mean you have a good point though.
I think they're gonna go straight left and just shock everybody and give us that.
I feel like there needs to be a third type of tank. Because the guys we have and we have off tanks. I'm not a game developer. I'm not creative in any sort of way. But I feel like if they were to come up with a third type,
like a support type of tank.
Yeah, like something like that. Something that brings a third option. But you have a trade off because now you can only run with two tanks in any given game. I feel like if they were to find some type of third option, it would bring more like depth to the
right. Because then that could open up a lot more for healers, right? Like because nowadays you just see most commonly you see a Moira, a Lucio, or a Mercy. You don't see an Ana too often.
I mean, I feel like
you see Brig.
I mean, yeah, and I feel like if there was like a some type of tank that is like more tanks like Roadhog. You know what I'm saying? Roadhog is kind of like
Surprisingly enough, I'm like I don't know, I still don't understand why Brig is a healer instead of a tank because in all the games I play with her, she's more of a tank than a healer.
Sherm King, thanks for joining.
After that nerf, that buff nerf, whatever.
To who?
She is a lot better healer. Brig, she's a lot better.
Oh
healer.
yeah, I don't know what happened. It was kind of like under the rug type patch. Cause remember when they first nerfed her? When they first nerfed her, it was like everybody was like, "Oh, Brig is trash now, man. Like she got nerfed to the ground." And then
her
like a couple
shield is trash.
Yeah, her shield. Her shield is still.
Like,
no, it wasn't even now, that, bro. It was even the healing was terrible too. But then it was like a couple patches later. I don't know what they did to her. I got to go back and look. But it was like, whoa, Brig is actually like she's not.
Like her healing is
she's
crazy.
She's not day one broken, but it's like, yo, she's kind of like still kind of viable. She's not as ridiculous as she used to be, but she's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I feel like Brig can somewhat still be playable. Don't forget Brig. Brig, she got the changes she needed. Like I've told people online about this in matches. I've told coworkers from work who play Overwatch. The one healer that needs a serious rework right now is Zenyatta.
Brig, and the thing about Brig, she's 100% playable because you see DJ. When DJ's on Brig, you're on Ryan, and I'm on Zarya. Bro, it's a wrap, bro. We're unstoppable.
I mean, yeah,
DJ's stunning the Ryan.
But the thing about Brig is she only seems to work in 2CP and payload. She doesn't really work in King of the Hill that much. Because King of the Hill is one of those game modes where it's like you're playing football. There's people come to the point. There's the fight. Whoever wins the fight stays on point. The rest of the other team has to regroup and then they start to push again. You know what I'm saying? Unlike 2CP and payload, it's like it's constantly it's quick. What's her face? Brig could really keep up with everything. I mean, she's playable, but it's like I only like her in certain scenarios. So like I just explained. Oh snap! This is DJ. He said it's DJ. You dickhead. Yo, DJ's listening. What's up, DJ? Why is your name the Sherm King, bro? Did you know that was DJ? Did anyone know that was DJ?
Remember his PS4 was King Sherm?
I did not remember. I don't remember being King Sherm. I don't remember being King Sherm. I never remember that at all.
What was it before? It was something before old date or whatever.
It was
King
no,
Sherm.
it was DJ Mon. That's what it was.
He changed it from DJ Mon
To the OG
to
DJ King Sherm.
yeah.
I don't remember
But it
no
was
King.
King Sherm before that, bro.
I don't remember that at all. But like I was saying,
bugging.
about Zenyatta, bro. Zenyatta needs a rework, big time. He
Agreed.
is like the way I feel about
He's so
Zen.
useless.
He's literally like second to useless right now because it's like the thing about Zen when the game first came out, the only healers were what Zen, Lucio, and Mercy. So Zen was a good pick to play healer. You know, there was less CC in the game. It was you weren't gonna get knocked out of line of sight too often. But now it's like you got Lucio Boop, you got what's his face, Wrecking Ball, you got Sigma Stun, you got all these ways to deny his line of sight. It's like, what's the point? And then his healing, it's not like his healing is even powerful either. It's like his heals are so slow, and it's like it only locks on to one person, and then the person needs to be on your screen in order for the heals to be done. Like if the person leaves your screen within after 6 seconds, the orb comes back to you or something like that. Like it's something ridiculous. And yeah, and see DJ just said this right now. He said Zen is too single target oriented. Like it's ridiculous. At least Mercy, you could fly to the person you're healing, and you could you don't have to be looking at them as long as you're holding down R2. The heals are being done. In fact, you could look around for your next target. Zen, in order to keep your heals on Reinhardt, you got to be looking at Reinhardt the entire time. And the fact that he has no movement ability is another thing. Like, at least he has no escape. At least Ana could sleep somebody and walk away, right?
Yeah, you gotta play close to your team with
right.
Zen.
With Zen, you gotta be hella close to pillars.
So easy to pick him off. So easy to pick him off.
But only thing Zens have to rely on is giving a Discord to somebody, and then getting and praying that they hit all 5 charge shots.
Balls.
Yeah, and it's just like, why'd you say it like that? Balls, like. But yeah, it's like when getting out of a 1v1 with Zenyatta is so hard, and I feel bad for Zenyatta, man, because it's like they're not that good. Not that they're not good. It's just the hero itself is bad. You're about to say something, Henry?
Whenever I see a Zenyatta on my team, I immediately assume that they're throwing.
So like when I see a Zenyatta, it's the tank helps them out.
Right.
I feel like, but when it comes to heals, I've also had that. So every time I see a Zenyatta, I'm like, oh god, if he's gonna put more damage, I'll go ahead. But other than that, like, I don't really like it at all.
The thing. I mean, I just don't like where Zen's at right now.
He's good for Discord. That's about it.
That's just about it. If you could keep him alive, he's brilliant.
Well, the thing is, I've noticed that we need it. If we do run a Zen, he needs to play like a Batiste and stay back and high ground where he can't get picking off, where he can focus healing the orbs and shit. I mean, even then, it's still not enough. But if he could do that, and then with like a Moira, and then he could call out the Discords, and we're really grouped up and actually focus, it could work. It's worked before. You know what I mean?
His charge shots are only so powerful. Like I've never played him. That's why.
His shot, yeah, if he loads it up fully and he gets a headshot, he could wipe out pretty much like almost any DPS. He could wipe out a Hanzo.
Yeah, he takes out like Reapers
mostly
like
every
instantly.
And
anyone under 300 gets wiped out quickly, which is probably the only thing good about him.
He's a good low key. He's a really good shield breaker because he shoots so fast. He could just phew at the shield.
Mm-hmm.
So it's maybe it's not that he's that bad. Maybe it's just we just don't know how to run him, I guess.
I mean, I don't know.
We're saying because now we're defending him and we're saying good things about him that he's good for. See what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like he's used for something, you know. He's not just useless.
Well, I'm talking about in the role of a healer. Like he's not like really good healer. That's the problem.
Yeah, big problem.
But I mean, other than that, Zen, I mean, I don't know. I just don't like where Zen is at. Because whenever I play Zen, I feel like I'm running for my life, and I don't like that feeling at all. Um, but if they were to give him a rework or something, DJ says he should be put in damage. I don't know because Zen's ult is literally one of the most powerful ults in the game, and that is why he's in the support category. Like I forget who I was telling about Zen's ult. Like he cancels so many ults in the game. Like, well, no, sorry, not cancels, negates so many ults. Like Reaper plus his ult, it doesn't matter. Zen got your back. You know, Hanzo ult, Genji ult. What other ult is there? Pharah ult, Zarya ult. I'm trying to think. I think that's it. No, Mei ult. There's so many ults in the game that Zen just, and that's the sad thing. His ult is the only thing, and Discord, like Steven
And
said.
Zens can get their ults pretty quick.
I mean, yeah, but here's the thing about Zen. Here's how you shut down a good Zen though. You pressure him into popping that ult off. The ult is so powerful, but it's so, you know, people that play Overwatch, or people that play any shooter, honestly, they'll do whatever they can to stay alive, and you know, and you force the Zen to panic ult. You know what I'm saying? All right, good. We hear the voice line. You know, pass with the iris. Blah 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 blah. All right, good. They don't have the ult anymore. The moment that ult is over, the enemy team pops off all the ults. You know, Dragon Blade and, you know, Death Blossom and everything. You know, and May Freeze, and it's just like, yeah, you know, and because and the only reason that is because of Zen's kit. He can't stay alive for himself. Like I said, every healer in the game has some form of escapability. You know, Lucio got Wall Ride plus his boop. Mercy has Guardian Angel. You know, Moira has Fade. Brigitte has all her stuns. And you know what I'm saying? Zen got nothing. He has he says float away and stuff like that. And it's just, I don't know. But
It's chase him too. Like he doesn't like he's not a threat. He's not a threat unless he's with his team.
right, pretty much. Yo, but enough about Overwatch. So I'm get a load of this real quick. Chick-fil-A apparently is about to stop donating. I gotta let me pause real quick. Let me reread this in my head before I screw it up. I don't want to say anything wrong.
No dead air, guys, no dead air.
So, listen to this. Chick-fil-A is ending donations criticized by the LGBT activists after years of backlash. What?
So they're no
what?
longer donating to the LGBTQ
Yeah,
community.
yeah. After years of backlash.
Fuck
Wow.
it, they're fed up of it. I
Yo,
mean,
yo, talk about first
listen,
of all.
this is the thing about outrage culture. It's like they want people to give them shit. Like for what? For what? For what? For what?
Uh,
'Cause-
it-
for
I'll
what?
give you my opinion. So like I live in Maine, right? So a lot of our companies here, they have a pride program. So a lot of the
You're
companies
cutting
that are
out. You're
there.
cutting out, Steven.
Cutting out
Yo, you're
hard.
You guys
cutting
hear
out
me?
pretty. Yeah, we hear you, but it's like all of a sudden your mic just started to like
Is it
mess up.
bad? I mean,
It's not
okay.
bad. It's not
You're
bad.
good
It's
now.
just
You're good now.
yeah, you're good now. Yeah,
You
go
know?
ahead. Yeah.
Sorry. So like we have a pride parade here every year, obviously.
Mhm.
And a lot of the companies that you see that are at the pride parade are a bunch of banks and a bunch of like financial companies and stuff. And so I work in I had brought this up to my team and I was like, maybe we should start doing that. And someone brought up a good point. They're like, well, is that like, are we there because we support them, or are we there because we want to join in on the like other like banks that are a part of that community? So like, I feel like what Chick-fil-A is doing is trying to appease to like a certain group of people, but they're not doing it for genuine, like for what a genuine reason. You know what I mean? Like they're just doing it to join in
Okay.
on like that movement
Now let me
and that.
now let me ask something. What's wrong with doing both? What's wrong with being sorry but still wanting to make a profit off of it, off these people?
Well, because it's not genuine. Like you're doing
It
it,
is
you're
genuine,
doing
like,
it for
oh, I'm
selfish
sorry.
reasons.
What was it? What did they even complain about in the first place? Hold on. What do we like? Oh, you didn't have a misgender bathroom?
True. I had no,
Like you,
dude, I
like
had no
like
idea.
like okay, so it's like me getting mad at you for assuming that you like no, like you're assuming that they're gonna have this bathroom specifically for whatever species you go by nowadays. No, that's not how this world works, and you're gonna go and get outraged and try to cancel a food chain and no,
See,
no,
see,
get the fuck out of my
and
face.
that's why I like the point that Eric made about outrage culture. Like, um, I feel like certain things that people outrage about are like they're unjustified. It's like because one individual feels some type of way about something, they try to make it about a whole group.
Bro, let me
No, true. Like I
ready?
feel like it's just
Ready?
trying
Let
to.
me let me
Go
crush
ahead.
all this right now. You see me? Remember a couple months ago I got shitted on Twitter by a couple chicks because I tweeted about like I was like, okay, no one cares about these mass shootings, whatever. I was like, you guys, I was like, all right, people, we get it. Like,
Yeah, I remember that.
like, you remember I got shit? All right.
Yeah.
So I doubled back like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, so what's up now? I was like, I don't see none of you. I tagged all three of them. I was like, I don't see none of you three tweeting about the Vegas shooting and none of these shootings or the forest fires anymore. I'm like, okay, it shows how much you guys care. I was like, everyone
Mhm.
tweets just because it's in the heat of the moment and it's
Mhm.
cool to tweet about the certain thing. Like, it's not cool. I was like, I was like, I'm gonna say the things that we all thinking here. No one really gives a shit. Everyone has a busy life. Like, you know what I mean? Sorry, it is what it is, but it's the truth. Sorry, I have my own shit going on. You know what I mean?
I mean, as cruel as
No,
that
no,
sounds, it's
it,
facts.
it's factual, but no one has the balls to say it because you sound like an asshole. But we're all assholes,
You know, it's
and it's
funny.
okay.
Though it's funny. My cousin once said the most disrespectful thing ever a couple years ago, but it was so true. So it was like a week after Muhammad Ali had died. Right, Muhammad Ali passed away. You know, me and my cousin are playing Uncharted 4.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
We were we were playing Uncharted 4. In between games, he would check his Instagram real quick. You know, while we were in the lobby, I hear this guy goes, "Man, if I see one more damn post about this damn Muhammad Ali thing, I'm about to throw my phone at the wall." And people all be like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa!" We're like, "Well, what's wrong with you, bro? Like, the dude just died. Have some respect." He was like, "No, don't get me wrong, bro. Rest in peace. Muhammad Ali is God. I feel it. Like, feel it." But y'all weren't tweeting about him when he was still alive for like the past 15 something years. He died at age 77, and he was the greatest in his what? How old was he? Like in his 20s, like late 20s, early 30s when he was boxing. When how old he was? You know what I'm saying? He was saying something like,
20s and 30s.
yeah, it's like y'all didn't talk about him for the past like 50 years. No one cared about Muhammad Ali. He had a whole daughter. People don't even know he had a whole daughter. Now the guy passes away, and all of a sudden he's getting all the attention.
Yep, it's
You
just
know,
like Michael Jackson.
Michael,
You know
Michael
what I mean? Like
Jackson, Michael
when he
Jackson,
died, everybody was
right? Nipsey
all over
Hussle.
him.
Nipsey was a big
Yep.
one. I'm still seeing people talk about. I'm just like,
Dude,
bro.
what's crazy is that Nipsey's had music for so long, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now all of a sudden everybody's listening to him, but they're not listening to him like they weren't listening to him
Right.
like prior to his death.
Like, you know what's funny?
It's crazy.
I listened to Nipsey Hussle for like probably like an hour, and then I was like, yeah, all
Why
right.
can't we go to sleep?
I didn't listen to the. Oh, you guys still playing Minecraft?
Yeah, we're still going, bro. I
Oh,
told you.
dude, that's because I can't go to sleep.
Go to sleep, man.
Yeah, go to sleep now.
What was I saying? I listened to Nipsey for like an hour, and then I was like, oh, so that's who this guy was. That's cool. And then I didn't like I said, I told Eric this. I had no idea who Nipsey was when he passed away.
I knew who Nipsey was. I just never listened to any of his
I didn't.
music, right?
I
Because,
was just like, oh, this happens to be a famous rapper because the game is tweeting about him. Snoop Dogg is talking about him. What's his face? Kendrick and all these people. I'm like, oh, this guy must be pretty important. I never knew who he was though, so I'm not gonna act like I didn't put no R.I.P. to Nipsey or anything like that because I didn't know who he was till he died, and I'm just like, you know. And
see, the thing I find is that people like
That's
to do a
why-
lot of
hold on,
things
hold on.
just to be part of
That's
the
why-
trend.
That's why Blueface is getting a lot of shit right now because like I'm not gonna show no fake love to Nipsey Hussle. He's like I'm not gonna write R.I.P. to a nigga that I don't even know.
you know what's crazy?
He's like, you know what I mean? He's like,
It's
that's
crazy.
He's like, that's sad and shit. But he's like, but I don't know him. He's like, I'm not gonna show him no fake love.
Yo,
Which is
NBA
like-
YoungBoy said the same thing.
Yeah.
He said at an interview, somebody was like, "Oh, anything to say about Nipsey Hussle?" And he was like, "Rest in peace, I guess. I don't know who he is." And then he got a whole lot of backlash on Twitter.
Yeah,
People,
like, what do you want to say?
like, what? Right.
Damn R.I.P. Like,
like if you don't know somebody, regardless of the reason or why. Like, like you don't know him. Like, and that's why it always baffles me whenever somebody asks me, "Oh, do you know someone like such and such a celebrity?" I'm just like, "Nah, I don't know who that is." And they say, "How the hell you not know?" I'm just like, "Bro, because I don't know. I lived my life, and the guy never crossed my path. I don't know who he is." You know what I'm saying? Like, now there's some things that it's like you should know. Like, if you walk up to somebody and they don't know who Donald Trump is, I'm asking them, you gonna look at them funny.
Yeah, I
Like, can you imagine seeing that? Like, you walking up like, "Oh man, Donald Trump about to get impeached." Who? Like, bro, I would look at that person like,
I'm like, wait, what?
Like, what? Talk about where have you been the past? Like, forget before he was president. Where were you when he was elected?
Like, what time are you from?
Right.
What time are you from?
Where's your time portal?
No.
Where's your time portal?
Speaking of time portals, bro. Nah, that might.
I need to redo my whole life over. Take me back
Yo,
now.
You remember those them time traveler memes? Am I the only one that seen them, Jones? Oh my god, bro! Like, it was like there was one that was like what did it say? It was like oh man, time traveler was, oh, what game are you playing? Oh, I'm playing The Last of Us, part 2, 3, or 4. And I find that hilarious. If you don't find that hilarious, then screw you. But like I was saying about fake love and everything. Like, I never understood why people show all the love when somebody passes away. Like, and they overdo it. No disrespect.
Yeah, I think it's just because it's like a trend. You know what I mean? Like, you see a friend doing it or something like that. Like, you immediately want to join in on it. Like, look at Lil Peep and stuff. Like
another one. I had no idea who that was either.
XX.
Oh, X. See, I know. Yeah, everyone who X. I'm not gonna say everybody.
See, those I felt because their music spoke to me. That's different though.
I mean, I didn't listen to X.
Yeah, that's the thing though, right? If you think about it, like, people who listen to Nipsey, like, that touched them too. So it's like the same it's like the same idea, but at the same time, like, they were both fake. There's both fake love, or there's fake love all around. Like, it doesn't matter. I felt like there was the same thing in that, like, situation. It was like people who never listened to Pump, or not Pump, but Peep. People who never listened to Peep and only knew, like, we're making fun of him at one point. All of a sudden started, like, showing their respects.
Whenever these artists / celebrities pass away, like, I look at them for what they were in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, when Mac Miller died, I listened to his music. To me, he was another human being. Not saying it in, like, a disrespectful way.
I always fucked
like I didn't listen to his music or anything, but, like, when he died, I was like, oh dang, like, that's crazy. I mean, I did the research and everything, looked up, like, what happened and everything, how there was a whole controversial theory that he was actually killed or it was suicide or whatever. I never got into. I didn't get too deep, but, like, for me, it was just like, damn, another human being has passed away. I had to look at it as, oh, this is a celebrity, and let's go listen to his music. Nah, I didn't listen to a second of his music after that. Not saying I didn't want to. Like, it's just like, it wasn't something. I wasn't obligated to listen to his music now that he's dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
no, that makes perfect sense.
I mean, now some people feel inspired to listen to their music because, oh, some person has, and depending on the person, I'm not really gonna feel it. Like, when who else? When X died, I ain't gonna lie, I went and listened to some of his stuff, like, for a couple weeks. I mean, I didn't rock with it, but I was just like, yo, because his death took the world by storm. Like, I shoot, like, it's been like, what, 2 years and what, like 5 months? Yeah. No. A year and 5 months. I'm tripping. I said 2 years. Yeah, it's gonna be 2 years in next June. But, like, I mean, you won't see me showing fake love. I mean, and it's funny because J. Cole said it best. On the song "Immortal," when he said, "To die young a legend or live a long life unfulfilled, because you want to change the world, but while alive, you never will." And I'm just like, it's crazy because, all these artists. Like, imagine if Tupac never died. If Tupac was still alive right now, I guarantee you the amount of money that he was made off his music would have been the same. If him and Biggie were still alive, and they both lived, and they both lived through the 90s, and they were alive at the age of 40, 45, however old they are right now. The money they made after the death would not have been coming in. He would not have been considered the greatest rapper of all time. I take that back. No, he may have. I don't know. But if Tupac was still alive right now, he wouldn't be viewed as the top, or the most or legendary rapper as he was, back in the 90s, or just after he died.
No, I think I disagree, man. He
For real?
changed West Coast hip hop. He is West Coast hip hop. Like West Coast hip
I
hop,
mean,
all the sound.
West Coast.
It's Tupac. At the end of the day, it's all pop.
Yeah,
bro. You get it?
West Coast. But the thing is, people consider
And
Tupac
then
to be
Biggie changed New York.
no. But no, here's the thing though. Like people in like right now will consider those two change hip hop entirety, like all of
Listen,
hip
think
hop.
how boring hip hop was. Hip hop was when it was like Grandmaster.
I think they invented beefs.
Flex and like all that when it was just like rhyming like regular shit and like to like regular boom bap beats, like just regular
They
old
evolved it, yo.
ass rap.
I
and
mean-
then
Dude,
it came
invented
Biggie.
beefs though. I think they invented beefs for like industry
He
and stuff.
came
And
with a
they
line that said,
Nah, beefs have been around since
Biggie-
before Tupac and Biggie.
Man, who?
I said beefs, Beef. They've been around since before Tupac and Biggie. I mean, I think that's been a staple in just hip hop in general. Like they've always been beefing, but like I'm not saying Pac and Biggie would not have been as like they would not have changed hip hop. They still would have probably changed hip hop, but I'm saying the level of like legendary status that comes with their name would not have been the same. Because think about it. Pac was riding around, but Pac, I won't say riding around, but in that same era, Snoop was with him. Now, are you telling me if Snoop died along with him, would Snoop also would have got that same status? I mean, we don't know because the way Snoop.
No.
I mean,
No,
all right, that was
no,
a
not Snoop. No, because he didn't have
That's true.
enough as a big impact like they did.
That's
at the end
true.
of the day.
That's true.
That's when he just had came around. Snoop dies now. He's considered a legend amongst like Tupac and Biggie. That's a fact. 'Cause he's been around since then.
That's true. Oh, welcome, Jazz face ass. She just hit the comment section. Says she made it, bros. Yo, how you been, Jazz? Anyway,
Hello, Jazz.
so I had a train of thought right before I said all that.
Yeah, man. Biggie and Pac changed hip hop forever, bro. Forever.
I mean, of course,
And
but
they
I feel
did
like,
it-
I feel like they get that because they died, or because their careers were cut short.
Nah, even that, bro. They transcended to the point where, like, bro, think about this. Pac is from New York, and he went to the West Coast and did his own thing and made West Coast the West Coast sound it is, being from New York, bro. Think about that.
That's true.
And changed the
Being a
West
backup
Coast rap
dancer.
forever, bro.
That's a
Once
fact,
Pac
Steven.
dropped
I
on the
forgot
mic,
about that.
Everyone's like, "Yo, we need this shit. This is what this is what West Coast music is," and it changed. And the thing about it was so beautiful is that they both changed. They both changed the way of music at the same time. And like since there was no technology around that time, it was so hard to know what was going on the other side of the world. So both these phenoms were growing in these places, and no one knew. And like, and I don't know. I'm butchering. I'm too high right now.
What's wild to me though is like how poorly they portrayed like Tupac and All Eyes on Me. Like that movie was a disgrace.
I still haven't seen that movie.
You don't watch it.
I
watch it.
heard someone told me there was an iPhone in that movie, and I was like, all right, I'm not watching it.
Yeah, there's a lot of fuck ups in that movie.
I'm not watching that show, bro.
It's
So
okay. It
bad.
was still a good movie. It's just they did make him look like a bad guy.
They make him look like an idiot. If only they had a real actor playing him.
Yo,
like,
Biggie came on this. Biggie came on the scene with Party and Bullshit and just killed everything, bro. Party and Bullshit, one of the greatest fucking songs of all time, bro.
Party and bullshit,
And bullshit.
and party
Hey,
and
I was a
bullshit,
terrorist since the public
and
school era.
party.
Bathroom passes, cutting classes, squeezing asses.
Oh man,
Blunts was a daily routine since 13. A
yo,
chubby
yo,
on
was
the
it
scene.
was it
I used to
you?
have to trade deuce in the deuce.
Wasn't
to
it-
my bubble goose. Now
Wasn't
I
it
got my
you?
nap-
Yo, okay, we get it, bro. Yo, wasn't
That
it
song
you?
is the shit.
Wasn't it
What?
you that Damn. Wasn't it you that said I should rap on the Hit 'em Up beat?
Yeah, when you had beef with someone, I was like, yo, drop a. If you're gonna drop a diss
Yo,
track, you might as well do it on Hit 'em
You know,
Up.
if we were to get a guest speaker up in here, how y'all feel about getting Anthony up in here? Because I really want. I know Anthony could contribute to this conversation right now.
I don't know who Anthony
Oh,
is, but
rapping?
No. This is about the whole Pac and Biggie thing. Because he's huge on both of them.
Right now?
I mean, I could probably get him in here. I don't know. Bro, this literally just crossed my mind like just now, like literally like just now.
Well, I'm pretty sure we're pretty much off this topic about hip hop.
Oh yeah,
now.
you're right.
We should have been more prepared, bro. We gotta be more prepared.
But
I'm professional.
Yo, but I know. All right, so to backtrack to last episode, Eric, you told me to finish Tokyo Ghoul. Yo, I didn't watch a second of it.
Damn.
Yo, I didn't.
You stupid dickhead. You got me excited.
Yo, I forgot to watch a second of that jump, bro. But I want us to start like a whole new anime, bro. You know, honestly, a part of me wants to review Demon Slayer once I finish it, but I feel like by the time I finish it, it's not even gonna be like, it's not gonna be anything new.
Quick question. So we were supposed to do a review today also. You didn't do that either, did you?
For review for what?
We were supposed to go out and get the Popeye's pigeon sandwich, and we didn't.
Bro, the Popeye's picture said, yo, the lines are full out here, bro. I'd even
Are they?
Bro, they're still full out here.
wait, what's the backstory of the pigeon sandwich?
All right, so pretty much, go ahead, Eric. You explain this better than I do.
All right. So I was listening to Joe Rogan. So we were talking about Popeye's chicken sandwich, and I gave my theory on how I think they're putting crack in the chicken sandwiches because in low-income black communities specifically, because if you notice, not to sound racist and nothing, but it's mostly a lot of black people bugging the fuck out, killing each other over fucking chicken. And we know that the government put crack in low-income household family neighborhoods back in the 70s when hip-hop started to ruin hip-hop and all that. We know this to be facts. So what's stopping them from doing it with the chicken? And think about this, why all of a sudden did they stop making all these Popeye chickens, and out of nowhere they're all back all of a sudden, they're fully restocked and all this and that. You don't run out of chicken, bro. Because listen. You don't run out of chicken, and all of a sudden you need to stop making those sandwiches. That's like saying, bro, what's so hard? It's the same chicken breast that's on that. It's the same ones that are in the buckets. So why can't you just slap that on some mayo and a bun and call it a sandwich, right? Okay, cool, whatever. You don't want to be fake and do that, whatever. It's a different specific type of sandwich. Okay, cool. But that doesn't change the fact that you run out of chicken, because that means all your chicken in general would run out. They're putting crack in those chicken sandwiches, man. Anyways, so that's my theory, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then I was telling them how the RZA was on Joe Rogan's podcast and how interesting it was, and how the RZA has been a vegan since 1995.
95, yeah.
Give me a second. My dad just walked in. Hold on.
This guy. Well, pretty much, what Eric was saying, he said RZA went to, he pretty much was trying to eat I forget what type of chicken sandwich or whatever, and he noticed there was no pigeons in New York.
Oh my god!
Give me a second. He butchered it. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead. Go. No. I'm gonna let Eric once Eric is free again, he can finish
I
that
got you.
thought.
Okay, my dad left. Okay, so what happened is RZA used to eat all that shit, regular shit, just like regular people or whatever. And he noticed that in New York from 1992 to 94, a lot of chicken places started popping up in different corners. You know how New York's known for like fried chicken spots and stuff like that, blah blah. And he also noticed that from those same years, and it's well documented, you could go Google it, New York had an epidemic where they had no pigeons for about 2-3 years. Around the same time, all these local chicken joints started opening up. So he was like, fuck that. He realized that they were serving fucking pigeons instead of chicken. And he went vegan ever since 1995. He's an interesting fucking dude, bro.
Bro, that's
Yo,
crazy.
So then I was like, yo, bro. I was like, yo, what if they're doing the same thing now? I I was like, yo, they're giving them Popeyes pigeon sandwiches.
Honestly,
And then
bro,
it was funny because it's supposed to be a Popeyes chicken sandwich, and then haha,
bro. Honestly,
Popeyes
bro,
chicken,
it could
Popeyes
be.
pigeon sandwich. You know what I mean? But whatever. What'd you say?
I think, bro. I think that it could be different in each region. Because now that I'm thinking about this, so I live in the DMV. I live in Virginia, right? And then there's a bird that's very common in both Maryland and Virginia, and that's the geese. I have not seen a geese. I haven't seen a single goose in like 8 months. I'm just now realizing that.
Well, no, you're not gonna see any now because it's winter time, you moron.
I said 8 months, bro. I said 8 months.
All
So
right, well,
that
have you noticed any new places opening up?
bro, this whole Popeyes chicken thing is blowing up, and there's no geese.
Yo,
Bro,
this is
yo, listen.
crazy conspiracy.
bro, no. I'm not even trying to like force it or anything.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
like,
That's not even a conspiracy. That's known in New York, bro. Like, you could Google it, bro. You could Google it. Like, a lot of places got closed down for that shit. Like, it was a legit thing, bro. You know how Rogan is. He'll be like, Jamie, pull that up. Like, watch the episode, bro. You know, and fucking Jamie pulls it up.
Yo, on the real though, how do you plant sugarcane?
You just, you have to place it in front of water.
what the, you guys still talking about Minecraft? Yo. So, can we? So you guys are on Minecraft right now. I forget where I read this either on Facebook or on Twitter, like it was pop like a few months ago. That said something about Minecraft. Minecraft might be like used in schools for like some type of like engineering purposes or something. Like from like high school and college level, to like help like build some type of whatchamacallit, like blueprints or get so like to the kind of like to be used for things like if they want to like create a building, but they don't want to use like anything expensive to like create like a virtual blueprint. They might use Minecraft instead. And I'm just like, yo. And then it got me thinking. There are so many video games out there that are making like, I don't want to say segue into the real world, but they're becoming staples in the real world. Either through esports or something like legit like Minecraft being. Can you believe that? Imagine walking to a class and you can see a whole bunch of guys on laptops and they're using Minecraft for like a class.
I can see that.
Imagine how lit
can
that
see
sounds
it.
right now, bro. I mean, I could definitely see it too. But it's like they're using it. Like they're not using it to have fun. Like they're using it to be serious. You know, like they're like, oh, we're gonna build. We want a building, to be built, but we don't want to. We're gonna get this thing built on Minecraft instead of like some type of ridiculous software or whatever. And then it got me. My only problem with it is the fact that Minecraft is so like. I don't want to say one dimensional, but it's kind of one dimensional. Like it's just blocks and stuff.
I think that it's becoming more like acceptable to play video games because of the money that's involved. If you like,
Your mic is cutting hard, bro.
oh my god.
Your mic is cutting hella hard. No, but you were saying video games being acceptable for what?
I think video games are being more accepted because like the amount of money that's that you can get from
100%.
I feel like
like
video games.
a lot of
should've
it, a
been-
lot of these things that like a lot of these changes come because there's monetary value in all of it, right?
Mhm,
So if you think about like cannabis is now becoming something that might be legal in the foreseeable future, and that's because like the industry itself is generating so much revenue that they are now starting to see the value in it. So my personal opinion is that everything is done for money, obviously.
I mean, of course.
You'd have to be pretty stupid to think that it's not that way.
I mean, when people were finally happy, when I say people, I mean like people that I knew personally or that I saw react on social media. When people were acting like, when they were like, "Yo, man, the government finally legalized marijuana," and I was one of the few that was like, you do realize they're only doing it because they see all the money that's coming. They could possibly get into it. Like there's no government like
You know, a
candidate.
lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know that when
Yeah,
they
sure,
first
Eric just cut me
legalized
off,
it-
man.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Listen. Because you guys probably didn't even know this.
Go
You know
ahead.
when they first decided to legalize weed, it was only there. It was gonna be a set law where it was only gonna be 4 manufacturers to grow all the weed in the world, and they were run by the government. Only four, meaning no farmers, no private company,
Wow.
no anyone else could do their own weed growing. And then everybody fought for that shit for years, bro, years. And then they finally passed a law where like, okay, fuck it, like they could do it. So then that's where like all these new places like LA and all that became like super like
Yeah,
famous and
I
shit.
didn't
So
know
yeah,
that.
see, you guys didn't know that, but I'm sorry I interrupted. Carry on.
But like I was saying, like there's
Sorry, I'm so smart.
nobody. Shut up. There's nobody in Congress that is like, yeah, let's legalize marijuana because so these people can smoke weed without getting hurt or sorry, without getting arrested. Like, and that's one thing. Like, I know I'm kind of getting into woke territory, but any movement that no, sorry, the government doesn't do anything for the benefit of the people. That's always been my thought.
Oh, dude.
They don't like anything that's self improvement because
Right.
what weed is not only yes is it a drug to most people, but is for most people it helps them with a lot of things. Help them with their anxiety. For me, I'm a fucked up individual. I get really high and I start to tell you guys that I love you because I can cope with my feelings. I become more lovable.
Right.
I told my friends I love them. I wanted to call my girl and tell her that I love her. You know, I want to do all this stuff. That's what weed does to me. It makes me a happier person. It makes me more happy, and it puts a lid over my eyes, basically, what's going on in the world, and it gives me a little bit of relief for a while, and it's also fun. It makes movies funnier,
And
it
you know,
makes food taste better.
and you know what? Even with all that, what blows me is the fact that the government doesn't care about any of that. They really don't. That's the only thing is they want to see how much of that they could
Well,
make
of course,
money
dude.
off of.
It's like saying that, dude. Obviously, the government's able, like, obviously we have the technology to cure cancer and stuff, but there's so much
That's
money
a huge
involved,
point.
dude.
That's a huge
There's
point,
so much
bro.
money involved in it
Look,
that
this is how much.
no reason
This
to.
listen. This is how much Big Pharma runs the world. You've probably heard Joe Rogan speaking about it, Steven. Joe Rogan has sent his brother to Panama to get stem cell over there because the U.S. has made it illegal for those operations to be done here. It's not even an operation to shoot stem cells into your knee, basically. Because basically, a 60-year-old could a fucking 88-year-old could have the knees of a 14-year-old boy, bro. Basically, with those stem cell shots,
Well, of
and
course, I know what
they
stem cells
want
are.
they want these white people, I mean all these regular people, they want them on these painkillers at the old age so they can make money off these old people because old retirement homes, all it is dying people on fucking constant meds, wasting their retirement money on medicine
Pretty much.
when they could go and get their knees fixed. That's why stem cells to an extent is illegal here, and you have to go to Panama and get that shit.
Well, it's illegal for
UFC
other reasons. Because do
No,
you understand how
no.
how it's produced?
Well, yeah, some of that shit, but for the most part, the same procedures that they do for like let's say a knee that it will be illegal here, they allow it for like let's say a dick enlargement. See what I mean?
Oh, of course. Like, have you seen Dallas Buyers Club, the
Mm-mm.
movie? Dallas Buyers Club is about some guy who contracted AIDS, and when he contracted AIDS, he obviously didn't want to die. So what he did is he went to like a doctor in Mexico, and that doctor in Mexico prescribed him or gave him like a protein and some supplements to take, and it sustained him. Like, it helped him live a longer life. And so he was starting to give this out to other like HIV or people who were suffering from HIV and like AIDS. And they started buying they started joining this membership that he created, and because he joined that, they're getting the drugs that they needed to stay alive. It was a pretty interesting movie overall. Like, I'm kind of killing that story, but
And what was the name of the
it's
movie?
really interesting. Dallas Buyers Club.
Yo, to talk about AIDS, you know how like Nipsey would talk about that one old dude that discovered AIDS and
Dr.
supposedly government.
CB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know how supposedly Nipsey was working on a documentary about that, and supposedly he died. There's like huge theory on that he got killed,
I thought the same
and that
thing.
you know what I mean. But I mean that's kind of far fetched because like they're saying that it was one of his boys or some shit, or like it was
his
someone
boy.
there.
Because he called him like a bitch or something like that.
Yeah, some shit like that. So unless the government paid that nigga and another nigga like Now they gave him a whole different identity with a different wig, dreads or something. He's living in a different country, chilling.
Well, Nick Cannon has mentioned that he's going to take over now. So, if that were true, then Nick Cannon's going to die in a few months. So,
No. Nick Cannon. Apparently, Nick Cannon withdrawal from the whole idea of continuing the documentary because he got death threats. He got threats from people.
Nick Cannon is loved by white people because he's on these white TV shows like Dancing with the Stars, and if you look at him, he has that whole I'm not trying to sound racist right now, but he's a coon. You see him on TV dancing, acting stupid for these white people. Oh, look at him, Nick Cannon. Looks like an idiot. He's a host, but he's really not. But we're here to make fun of him. That's what he is. He's a fucking coon, a modern day coon. He doesn't even know it, or maybe he knows it and he's cool with it because he's, according to the networks, he's one of the richest motherfuckers in this world. So I mean, he's chilling. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
People make fun of him saying that Mariah have more money than him and shit, but Mariah doesn't come close to seeing Nick Cannon's money, baby. Trust me on that. On top of that, anyways, yeah, they probably they probably came to him like, look, Nick, we like you, but I'm only gonna tell you this once. Back out the deal, all right, buddy? Have a good day. Tell your kids I said hello. What were their names again? Charisse, whatever. Like, I'm just making up names or whatever. Yeah, tell them we said hi.
You're an idiot.
And he was probably like, oh, yo, hello, BT or whatever. Cancel that.
Yeah. I know I said I was going to finish the documentary. I just remembered I got that money. Got to go somewhere else more important. So yeah, I'm not gonna do it.
I gotta go focus on making more SpongeBob episodes. See you later.
I gotta go back to the corner and cry about Mariah Carey for a little longer. I ain't gonna.
Yo.
I kind of enjoy being a coon. Bye bye.
You fucked up. No, I mean that's a good point. I mean, I think.
Well, look, someone who.
So let me hear this fast.
Wait. But Chester Barrington or whatever his name is, the dude from Linkin Park that killed himself.
Mm-hmm.
There's a theory on him. He was deep into women's trafficking, like fighting against it, and him and his friend. He had a reporter friend that was onto some shit. So like people make a big deal that Chester died, whatever, but it wasn't only him. It was Chester and his boy that got killed.
Mm-hmm.
And supposedly Chester was like a big part of like witnessing some crazy shit, so they got off. So fuck, where was I going with this? Oh, so if you notice, you know who isn't in the limelight that much and like films one thing only and then goes for like a long time? Ashton Kutcher. If you notice, Ashton Kutcher's on the fucking front line of that shit of women's for like women's trafficking and shit. Like he's on the front line. If he dies, it's not a coincidence, bro. It ain't.
He's been doing it for years, though. He's been doing it for years. Cambodia, he's been doing that shit for years, dude.
Yeah, bro. Well, that's the reason he probably doesn't get off because it's not in the U.S. But if he moved his operation to here.
I don't want to say this, but it's like the Jeffrey Epstein thing.
I don't think Epstein killed himself either. I think he knew some shit and they offed him too.
Bro. If you listen, bro, to they said the cameras just so happened to be off at his recorded time of death, like so no one knows who went in, if someone went into his cell.
Just got charged for a felony.
Yeah, the security guard was not present. The camera in that hall wasn't working. The camera in the cell wasn't working, and I see both security guards were not present. That's just come on. That's too fishy. I don't want to say something happened, but that's way too fishy.
His brother went and bought and hired a private autopsy on the body, and they showed that his collarbone was broken, his shoulder was broken. There was sign of fighting because his knuckles. I guess he punched the dude in the face, and he had teeth marks on his knuckles, and then that it was signs of being murdered. That he got strangled. His neck was broken in like 6 different places. The autopsy was released by his brother.
Well, dude, it's obvious, you know, and the reason why is because he had he was gonna tell you guys know what happened to him, right? Like he had the sex.
Yeah, he had.
Or whatever,
he had his own. He was into pedophilia and shit.
Yeah.
And like the thing about it was like he was connected to a bunch of congressmen and
higher ups that are also
and higher
into
ups
that
and
stuff.
rich men.
Yep.
So they're like, nah, we gotta off this nigga, cause like,
No,
yeah, we're
'Cause
cool with
he was
him.
gonna
It's like
ruin-
you could be cool with a pedophile, maybe, right? Like that'll be weird. Like no one like maybe you go to his island, he has little girls there. Or maybe he has hot women for you, but you're not into the girls. You know what I mean? But still, you're around that pedophilia shit. So like, even being connected to people who go prison to. But I'm pretty sure they're all into fucking little
I
girls.
feel like
bro.
they're
They're all into that.
Yep. Yep.
That's
I
disgusting,
agree.
bro. That's disgusting. I could never. Remember that brief moment in human history, like 2-3 years ago, where they were trying to.
Dude, the thing
they were
is
trying
that
to.
is like they can get away with it. That's the thing, though. You know. So they
I mean,
do, like,
yeah, I know,
weird shit like that.
I know,
they're
but
untouchable.
no, I know.
Hillary- Why do you think
I'm
people
not
call Hillary a murderer? Because
I'm not
listen,
talking about. Wait. You're taking this. I was taking. I'm not talking about the government people. I'm just talking about people who are into that pedophilia stuff. Period. Because like I was trying to say, like, do you remember that brief moment, like 2-3 years ago, where they were trying to push equality for pedophilia or whatever, people that
No,
grown.
that was those are Russian bots, bro. Those were those Russian bots are made to do nowadays. Like that's why you gotta take everything you see on social media with a grain of salt, bro. Because that's what those Russians are doing. That's how they impacted the way people voted and shit. Like they caused so much outrage. It was like it's proof. China also they have people who make these fake accounts. They follow the same people who follow the same ideas and do all these same ideals and there's a lot of red fish over here. And they do all this like that article is 100% guarantee you fake, bro. Like no one's gonna pass a law that pedophilia is okay. Like no one.
I never said article, bro. I'm talking about social media, like people, like people on Twitter talking about, we got grown men who are identified as little girls or what. I'm just like, bro, like
those are bots, bro. Those are bots. This is people starting bullshit, outrage, man, to cause.
I don't know, man. It lasted a couple of months. I don't know.
Yes,
I feel
that's
like
what they do, bro.
I feel like bots would not last that long. I feel like
you mean. When I mean bots, like these are legit people who work in factories and get paid 8 hours an hour to do this shit by Russia, bro. Like this is known info, bro.
I'll have to do more research on that, but I just feel like it's just the fact that was like a serious trend for a hot minute was. I'm just like, yo, like.
Only reason it's trend because it's talked about. It causes outrage, bro. It's all fake, bro. It's fake. Trust me. All that shit's fake. Everything that's on the media now is fake. Just start outrage.
I don't know. I just feel like things are going off the rails at this, at the moment. Well, not even at the moment. Like the past 5 years, things have just been absurd. I feel like I said this on the last episode. I'm totally for equality. As long as it's not ridiculous, like you got people identifying as dogs. You seen them stuff, right? People, crazy ass white folk dressing up as dogs, and then they.
There's people who want attention, bro. It's all
like, but it's wanting attention, and then there's like, yeah, I've been doing this for the past 10 years, like.
Yeah, they've been wanting attention for the past 10 years.
Like, it's just crazy to me, and then. And then you got like a whole community of them, and they go into this playpen, and they're all dogs, and their partners are their owners.
This is where I said the same thing last week. Like, why do you care though what they do on the private?
No. I don't. No. I'm not saying I care. No. I personally. Oh, okay.
But like, why do people care? Like, so what? Let them be.
Right.
Who cares? They're not bothering you.
No. The thing is, it's not that people. It's not that people care. It's the fact that the people who are involved want other people to care, which is the problem. Like, unless it's something.
I don't think it's that they want them to care. It's just I think they want people to treat them like normal people, because there's people out there that.
That's what I mean.
Like,
that's what I mean. Like they want people to realize, look, like, this is something weird, because it's not, and that's not how it works. That's not how anything works.
Well, it's not weird because there's a whole community of them. It's like we play video games, and other girls think that dudes who play video games are fucking weird and nerdy. we're 24 years old, bro, and we're still playing video games. Technically, we're fucking losers. Like, I don't think we should be playing video games.
Oh, see, video games is that's different. Video games.
Is it though?
Listen, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
Is it though?
Let me tell you why. To every person,
Is it though?
It is different, and let me explain it. To every person that's ever told me, why do you play video games 6-7 hours out of the day? And I'm just like, I don't know. But you're gonna tell me you don't sit there on your ass and watch TV for multiple hours a day? Binge watchers,
drinking.
like right, drinking, doing all this. Like everybody has their thing to pass the time. For us, it's playing video games. For some people, it's watching trashy reality TV shows for 6 straight hours. Tell me, what's the difference? What's the difference?
Some people, it's getting in a dog suit and fucking, and that's fine.
No, wait.
Weird,
Time out. No one said anything about.
Listen,
wait. You just put words in my mouth. Wait.
Weird?
You had just put words in my mouth. Nobody said people were dressing up and having sex in dog outfits. No, that was.
I understand what Eric's saying.
No, yeah, but that's the thing though. Like it's one thing.
Yeah, you know what you do. You're like, oh shit. You look at your buddy. If you're with your buddy, you're like, this motherfucker's crazy, and you keep it moving, bro.
I mean, yeah, I know. Yeah, but you don't see gamers trying to push gaming to be accepted as normal. We just go ahead and do it.
It's normal now.
I mean, no.
At
Even
one point, we looked like degenerates, low lives. We were gonna waste our lives playing video games, blah blah. And now it's the big thing to do. Now parents encourage their kids to play so they can make millions off their kids and shit. But at one point, it was like the word, like, oh, you video games, that's all you do. You're the worst, right? Dumb. There's a stigma around it.
What I mean by pushing it, I mean like to the point where it's like, if you're insulted for playing video games, people are gonna sorry. If you insult somebody for playing video games, you're getting a whole lot of backlash. That's what I mean by pushing it, because gamers, honestly, people that game for real, they don't really care what people think about them. Like 9 times out of 10, people that game don't care that people look at them for. It's kind of the same thing with anime. Anime has the same look towards it. 10 years ago, if you watch anime, people look at you like you were some type of weird, weeboo or dweeb type of person. Now anime is cool, and it's like, it's whatever. Video gaming is the same thing, but the thing is, these are hobbies that have been with us for so long that people wanted to ridicule. Now, the thing about the people wearing, dressing up as dogs, this is a lifestyle thing, not a hobby, a lifestyle thing, which also under that same category is, being homosexual or being some type of certain religion. So it's lifestyle stuff. I'm not talking about hobbies, because we don't. Cause I'm pretty sure there's some people who do these little dogs things, and there's also gamers as well. You know what I'm saying? Gaming is kind of a small, part of the umbrella. I'm talking about huge lifestyle changes that people look at as weird. Because if you ask me, if I walk into a Walmart and I see a couple walking around, but the wife is on all four of her knees, she's on all fours walking around, and she has a leash, I'm gonna be like, all right, what the hell are you guys doing? Like, you're clearly not a dog. But then I'm gonna hear, oh, she identifies as a dog now. Like, I'm like, okay, do you? But that's kind of, if you like doing that, all right, cool. But that's kind of weird if you ask me. Like, cause you're not a dog, you're a human.
Yeah, but what does it matter to you at the end of the day?
I mean, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. That's the point I'm trying to make. But my thing is sometimes.
So why bring it up?
My thing is did you hear the point I made like 5 minutes ago, bro? Like, why push it if you're not doing what you do?
Well, the way you made it seem, you didn't make it seem like they were pushing it. You just said if you see someone walking around,
I had to elaborate. No, I had to elaborate because you were missing my. No. I had to elaborate. Eric, I had to elaborate because you missed my point entirely, and now you're missing it again. My thing is, Why, if you like doing what you like to do?
Or you didn't make your point clear.
No,
so
you didn't.
I'm
You,
just questioning
you didn't
your...
hear Eric. You didn't hear my point. You didn't hear my point.
Am I right or wrong, though, guys? Am I right or wrong
you
here?
didn't hear my point. You didn't hear my point. My thing is because you cut me off so many times. You completely like you didn't let me finish what I was trying to say like early on. But what I was initially trying to say was
quiet the whole time.
no. I said early on, like early when I brought it up. But listen. Wow, my initial thing was if you like doing what you do, regardless of what people think about it, why do you need to push it on other people? Because people are going to, regardless of what you do, people are going to, there's going to be people out there that look at it as being weird.
All right. Let me just explain this.
Wait, hold on. So why push Christianity on people?
See, that's different. That's different.
How is that different?
That's different. That's different.
How is that different?
That is different because being a Christian, it's
a lifestyle.
It is a lifestyle, but there are commands.
So is being a dog.
Oh my goodness, bro.
So you're saying? Can I explain?
Can I explain why it's different? Guess what I mean by you're cutting me off. Can I explain why it's different, or not? Or you could keep on cutting me off? Can I explain why it's different?
Well, no.
Can I explain? Can I explain why it's different? Because you asked me that question. I'm trying to explain.
I'm just gonna tell you.
No. Can I explain why it's different?
Oh my fucking god! All right, yo, Steven, text me when he's done explaining it. Steven, text me when he's done explaining it.
Wow! Oh my goodness, bro.
Go.
Like.
No, I'm gonna say the same thing I'm gonna say.
Go ahead. Say it. Go ahead and say it. No, go ahead and say it, and then I'll say what I gotta say. Go ahead and say it. All right, go ahead.
A lifestyle is a lifestyle. You can't justify saying, but the difference is no. It's a lifestyle at the end of the day. Just because you don't agree that it's just. If you're saying this is my lifestyle, it's my lifestyle. You could be a Satanist, that's your lifestyle, and you could be a dog, and that's your lifestyle. It's no different than being. What are you saying right now? I'm so confused.
All right. Here's why I said there's a difference. People who are identifying as dog and are pushing the idea to be accepted as being normal is different from pushing Christianity, because in Christianity it is a commandment to go out and go on missions and create disciples and whatnot. That was one of Jesus' last words before he left. And that's just Christianity alone. Since you want to bring up Christianity, that's just Christianity by itself. I can't speak for other religions because I'm not Hindu. I'm not Muslim. I'm not any other religion. I'm Christian. I can tell you in Christianity that's like an actual thing to go out. I won't say to push it because there are some pushy Christians out there. There are the Christians who overdo it. Yes, they get annoying. Don't get me wrong. I understand that, but it was said in the Bible to go ahead and make disciples. That's one. Two, there's a difference because in the whole thing about people identifying as dogs, that's them choosing to live their own life. Now, there's nothing out there that tells them they have to push it on other people. There's nothing that's going on that says, look, man, you decided to, there's no like head office where it's like, yeah, you decided to be a dog today. Go ahead and try to get other people to be just like us. No, there's none of that. These are people who are just who are taking it upon themselves. They want to be a dog. All right, cool. You want to be a dog for the rest of your life? Go right ahead and do it. But don't be all of a sudden having an epiphany, be off the, oh, snap. This is so cool. Everybody should do this. When you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what makes it different. That's what makes it different.
So you're saying now they can't suggest something that's cool to other people?
I'm saying they can't.
Exactly, because that's like me saying I can't. I suggested Overwatch to Henry because I think it's cool. So it's like me telling Henry, yo, bro, I want you to come try it.
Oh, that is very micro-specific. That is bro.
So I could say that you making
I'm talking
it about religion was
I'm talking
really
about. I'm talking about. No. I'm talking about. But you didn't say religion. You said Christianity. Hold up. You said Christian. You didn't say religion. You just said Christianity. If you want to say religion, okay, I agree with that statement. Because some people don't like to be religious at all. If we're going to make this about religion as a whole umbrella, okay, I agree with that statement. But my thing is about lifestyle, not recommending a certain game to somebody. Because it's like because honestly, this could like how I said before, how the whole identifying as a dog kind of falls under the same umbrella of people identifying as pretty much whatever.
You're also not giving specific details of people pushing it. Like if people pushing it. I'm pretty sure we would all hear about people pushing it. I was
just about to get to that because I said this falls under the same category of people identifying as whatever. Like the whole transgender movement and all that. Like it's like if people are so focused on being accepted. And I don't wanna turn this into something that like people aren't raised right, but like I remember being raised in a way that you grow up for yourself. Don't worry about who's gonna accept you or not. The people that really accept you are you gonna find them, you know,
Henry,
because
I need you to duplicate all this stuff over here. Come. Anyways, keep going.
um I feel like there's a whole,
Right now. Mm-hmm.
even though there's a whole bunch of like trans
I found the castle.
yo, can you guys start texting each other? You guys are some head asses, bro.
I'm so sorry.
All right, hold on, real quick. Yo, just come duplicate this stuff and then we'll go to the castle. Please,
Gotcha.
I left it in the chest that you said the need of the stuff that needs to be duplicated. I need a lot of it. Of all that shit. Alright, anyways, keep going.
I feel like even though there's a whole bunch of noise, I'm gonna call it noise, of people, especially like people who want transsexuals to be accepted. I'm pretty sure there's a good handful of transsexuals out there who are living good lives and they don't see the hate. You know what I'm saying? They don't feel like it needs to be pushed any further. And I feel like, there's probably some people who are generating that noise, and it's like they're not even a part of that community. Like they're speaking for a community they're not even a part of. Kind of like the people that really push the whole gay marriage thing. I bet you 60% of those people weren't even gay. Not to say that's a problem, but I'm just saying like if people didn't focus so much on being accepted, like now I understood there was homosexuals losing their lives, and they were, because especially in foreign countries, people would actually be killed for being homosexual, and I understand that, but like you don't hear people like you said about the whole gamers thing. You don't hear gamers getting killed for being a gamer. Like no, like pretty much if I'm doing something and I'm not getting hurt and it's not putting me in danger for doing what I like to do, why should I have people accept that I'm doing it? Unless I'm embarrassed that I'm doing this, which is where I think it's coming from.
That's the thing, though, right there.
Yeah,
you just hit it on the head. Like I feel like a lot of people are
embarrassed.
embarrassed.
People are embarrassed. Go ahead.
I think the reason why is because like they feel the need to explain themselves. So a lot of them are like self-conscious to like try to be accepted by a whole community of people.
Right.
So they act that way because they want other people to understand where they're coming from.
Exactly.
And they think that the only way to do that is by having them join the cause, or like trying to give this like crazy story, like I just got beat up really bad and this is happening to every single person. So like when you have a collective like group coming together with stories that are really relatable, you start to see a general pattern. So I feel like although it might not happen everywhere, it happens. So you take that and you run with it. So like with video games, right? Like when you take a video game, it used to be something that like you played World of Warcraft whenever you said you played video games, and you look like this person who's sweaty, doesn't shower, like full of zits and stuff. That it was hard to believe someone who was attractive or something like that.
Right.
Because they weren't the ones playing the video games, but nowadays it's not that way.
Right. I just I feel like if the stigmatism of whatever people, these are things that are going to change overnight, obviously. But if people were to collectively just stop worrying about, and Jasmine made a fair point in the chat. She said, as long as your life's not, if no one's life's in danger, then it shouldn't be something to worry about. And then that,
like, dude, if you want to act like a dog, then go ahead and act like a dog.
Yeah, go ahead, do it. Go ahead. I don't really care if you go ahead and do it, but like if you're embarrassed,
if you're gonna do that in front of people, then prepare to be judged. And like you might feel like you shouldn't be judged. But, like,
exactly. That's just. It's cruel. You can't control what people are gonna think, and I feel like that's where this whole thing comes from. People are trying to shift how people think about certain things, and it's like that's not how it works. Unless it's something like back to what Jazz said, unless it's putting people's lives in danger, because like the whole Holocaust thing, accepting Jews and whatever in Germany, like that was a serious thing because being Jewish was almost considered a crime. just because you were Jewish, you know, or being black in America. It's those were things that needed to be pushed because people were dying. You know, it wasn't embarrassing to be black or anything like that. It wasn't embarrassing to be Jewish or be a Jew or anything like that. You know, so those things are necessary. But if you want to act like a dog, go ahead. If you want to be a transgender, and no, I take that back. No, transgenders. Some people were dying. There were transgenders that were getting like killed and harassed. So, yeah, so that one is kind of justified. And homosexuality. That one is somewhat justified. But now it's come to a point where it's like, all right. It's kind of, you guys are good now. You guys pretty much run the world now. Like, y'all don't need to be pushing it this far. Like, you know, at least that's my personal my personal feelings.
No,
But
I mean that's a really good point. I think that I think what's crazy is like when someone has a preference, right?
Mm-hmm.
That like you immediately want to share your preference with the world. So like when you have a preference of like how you want to be addressed, like you want to be, you know, you were born a female and then now you're transitioning into a male, and you'd prefer to be called he rather than she. So like these pronouns that you're like your preferred pronouns, you're pushing that onto somebody else. But I think that if your views aren't aligned,
right,
that like it shouldn't be the person's like responsibility or obligation to go with your preference. You know what I mean?
right. I feel like, well, see, that one I'm kind of on and off the fence about. But I completely understand where you're coming from.
I think as a respectable person, like I think someone who respects like all the humans, like I you know, I choose to you know, address them with as their, you know, preferred pronoun.
I mean, of course,
but I
yeah.
can understand where other people are coming from. Like it's like, you know, you can't put that on me. Like if I want to say you're a he, then you're a he. You know. And you know, they.
I mean, I'll call you what you want to be called, but I'm gonna still let you know. But you do know, right, that you are indeed either a male or a female, correct? Okay.
Yeah.
But you go by ma'am. Motherfucker, it's ma'am.
I'm gonna sneak that in there.
Now, on that topic, here's the thing. I don't care if you pick male or female. I really don't. I know, but here's my thing. I hate people that say there's more than two genders. I really do not understand that at all. And I don't want to say the thing people fear what they don't understand. I'm not afraid of that. It just confuses the hell out of me. Like can someone explain to me what does that what gender is there besides male and female? No, honestly, what someone tell me, please, please, before I make a mistake and get shot in the face for
It's just gender. What they're trying to make is go ahead, Tim.
Like when I think about someone who says like there's not, like, obviously I know that there's only two genders, but again, people can still argue the fact that like you're a Christian, but like how do we know there's a Jesus, or how do we know there's a God? You know,
right?
Like we can all say that everything we're saying is like all falsified. You know, the fact that like, you know, we've scientifically proven that there's two genders, right? And then these people they can come over and make shit up because they fucking prefer to be like a fucking cow or some shit, you know? I don't know. I feel like they can argue the fact, like their arguments. They can argue as well, like, you know, there's no Jesus, there's no God, there's no higher being.
So Jazz just said people are trying to say gender is a spectrum.
Yeah, it's a spectrum. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, but then I was like, just go ahead, Steven.
Whoa.
That's what they're trying to say, that it's a spectrum, but it's not. And
Here's my the only third gender I'd be willing to go ahead.
There's no other third you're willing to accept. You know what I mean? The thing is, like, I don't know. Just go ahead, man.
The only in quote third gender I'll accept is transgender, only because the word gender is in there. That is it. Now that I'm thinking about it,
genders though, so like there's no, like, you're really just transitioning your.
I mean,
gender.
yeah, exactly right. I mean, they're essentially going to the other side of the fence, which is like
right.
that's the whole idea.
There's a left and there's right.
And it's funny. It's right. It's funny because even though they
Well, you could be born a legit transgender. Like, there's women that are born with male dicks. Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
and
that's called,
let me put my
common
Dave
art.
Shapiro voice. That's only like 3% of the like when like 1 point something % of the population. Like, I love Dave Shapiro, bro. Dave Shapiro.
So still transgender.
I mean, yeah,
guess,
of course, yeah, of course. But it's like I don't. I guess so. They're separating like biological sex from I guess like gender is like entirely something different. Like it's like that's all like your personality and all that. Is that where that's coming from? Because if gender is a spectrum, I guess they're saying they're not talking about the biological side of it, like not the physical side of it, like the mental side of it, I guess. Because last I checked, there are only besides that point whatever % you could be born with the third chromosome. There's only 2 organs you can have, either penis or vagina. Last I checked, you know, and it's like the fact that they're trying to make it, people are trying to make it a spectrum, doesn't make any sense to me. Like it's black and white. There should be no gray area. You know what I'm saying?
Doesn't matter if you're black or white.
What?
Michael Jackson, black or white?
Oh, kill. I don't know how to catch that.
I was like, come on, no one else gets it.
Come on, weebs over here, bro. You know.
I knew what you were saying, bro.
Oh, Jazz says the idea that you're not happy in your body is a mental disorder. How do you? Wait, how you feel about that one, Eric?
No, that's what I agree with. I think these people that are really outrageous is just mental disorder. It's people who are missing a little something in their head, and also part of what they're lacking is attention that they never got.
I just looked that up. It's called gender dysphoria.
Gender dysphoria, yeah. They have gender dysphoria.
Can I build on something that we talked about previously?
Go ahead.
I never got to mention this, but so you know how we talk about like Jeffrey Epstein and like you know how some people are killed for like the shit they say or like stuff they do.
Mm-hmm.
Hillary's a murder, carry on.
Right, and then like you know how we can probably cure cancer, but we choose not to because of the monetary value in it.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, my thoughts were like, if you think about it, like think about our food, right? So GMOs and like all the chemicals and shit that they pour into our foods, right?
Right.
Dude, what if the government, right? They all work together. So like big pharma worked with like, you know, the FDA to get people to eat all this shit, and then you know pay for medicine to feel better, and then go back to eating it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a never-ending cycle. Like, how crazy would that idea be? Like, how crazy is that thought? I feel like that's something that could happen, or you know.
It's not. What do you mean? It's already happening. Do you think this McDonald's is good for us? We know that it kills us. We know that half the meat is just random shit mixed in it. It's corn syrup and all this other shit. It's bad for you. It's all produced by the government. It's all government implanted shit. It's all bad for you,
I'm
bro.
just pissed off that it took me like so long to like.
This is
try
why.
to come to that.
You know, a lot of
My mic died. My mic died. A lot
go
of
ahead.
people. Hold on, give me a second. Let me change my.
This dude, Eric.
A lot of people are going plant-based and vegan because it's not the trendy thing to do. It's the healthy thing to do. A lot of like, bro, y'all saw how fat I was. I was 280. I don't eat fast food no more. I'll have fast food from time to time, maybe once a week, maybe once a month. That's about it, bro. I don't eat like Burger King and all that. That shit's really bad for you, bro. Not only for like your weight and shit, but like for your health. That shit's horrible, bro.
You know, it's crazy. You know, a lot of people that
Horrible, bro.
work in the FDA used to work to work in the farms.
Yeah.
When I figured that out, I was like, yo, Because if you look,
they're all connected to each
they
other.
are exactly. There is pretty much it's pretty much
This is why the
it's
theory that
a
we're in a
corrupt system.
simulation
It's
is
a
not too
corrupt
far
system.
fetched.
We're in a
Now,
simulation.
this is why the theory that we're in a simulation is not too far fetched.
Whoa, like the Matrix simulation?
Yeah, we're in a
Whoa, I want to
we're in a
hear this.
simulation
I want to hear this.
because everything is connected to everything. If you look at the bigger picture, the government has their finger dipped in literally everything. Everything's always connected. There's always something that connects to everything. We're in the conspiracy that we're in a simulation is really, really, it holds up high, really high.
I'd have to look
A
that
lot
up.
of scientists believe in that shit, bro. It's even Elon Musk. And when he brought it up, a lot of other scientists came forward with it, like, yeah, we really think that we live in a simulator. And then another thing of it, it's like whoever the simulator is right now is fucking with us heavy and threw us a hard curveball with Trump being president out of nowhere, bro. This literally came out of nowhere.
I'm gonna have to load up.
Dude,
I'll send
think-
Ed, I'll send you some shit, bro. Trust.
I'm looking stuff up right now.
It makes a
I don't
lot
think
of
what
sense.
I don't think what I shared was like super profound because I feel like people have already thought about that and I feel like it already makes sense.
I'm
but
done.
it's still
Well, I'm
crazy.
not already.
Still really
You're,
crazy
you're
as
back,
well.
Henry? You good?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well, I guess
really-
I
it's
mean, they
still
give you
really
an example
crazy.
of how they're doing it.
Yeah,
That's
it's
one
just
way.
really it's really insane to think about though.
Well, that's what Big Pharma does right now. Like, if you notice, a lot of people. One of the biggest epidemics right now is Adderall. Everyone's on Adderall nowadays because they prescribe that shit to anyone. You just say you're tired nowadays and you're depressed, and what they do is give you Adderall. So if you go to the clinic now, you see that the first thing they'll do is they'll give you a sheet that says if you're feeling sad and all this shit. Like, what the fuck? It's because, and you know, sometimes some people will be on their sad day and they'll write the truth, you know, just so they could have someone to talk to. And then that's how they get you, bro. They give you these Percocets, and that's why we have a big opioid problem in this country because the doctors, all they do is prescribe that shit for the smallest thing. That's what they say when you go on like surgeries and shit, and they give you the Percocets and all those strong drugs to just not even take it, bro, because them shits is work to get you addicted to them now. So it's a lot. It's hard for a lot of people to get off those drugs now.
Yo, speaking of the simulator thing, I know one huge thing that supports that idea, and I'm pretty sure I remember I talked about this before, like in a group chat a couple months ago. Do you guys know what the Mandela effect is?
Yeah,
Probably the hugest, just mind blower like ever. Like I've
Wait,
been.
what is that?
like
So the
checks on
Mandela,
actual food
all right. So the
and stuff and
the
diet.
Mandela effect is when a huge number of people share a memory of a specific event that never happened.
Oh yeah, there's a theory that we're all we all have insomnia. That's what the Mandela effect might be.
Yeah, because so pretty
we all
much
have insomnia. Like we all woke up with no memory of what happened before, but we're all connected in like
amnesia?
a different amnesia. Yeah, whatever that is.
Insomnia.
Insomnia. What the
all
fuck is
that-
insomnia?
I was like, what the hell is he
Like a
talking
disease or
about?
some shit.
I was like, what did
disease or
she
some
say?
shit.
I was like, bro, you sounded smart
Insomniac.
though. I ain't going to lie. Insomniac? Is there like a game developer?
No,
That is a game developer.
Insomnia.
Insomniac?
Yo,
Yeah, it is.
let me rock, baby. Let me rock. Let me rock.
Go ahead.
Insomnia. Is
I don't
like
know what
not
I was
big.
saying anymore though.
Big
It's all good, though.
But yeah, bro. Like the biggest one for me, the Mandela effect, is the whole Fruit of the Loom logo. Like, I'm one of the people that strongly remember a cornucopia beat behind the Fruit of the Loom logo, bro. And to find out that joke, no, it never was, bro. You could do all the research. That thing was never there.
Well, that could be one of those things where the government deletes it off
Bro,
everything.
I mean,
just to fuck control.
that's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying,
mean?
bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's not, like, I'm further proving the point of what you were saying about the whole simulator thing. Or because it's like I remember specifically having a whole drawer of these like undershirts made by Fruit of the Loom as a kid. You know, and then when I put them on, you see the tag when you're putting it on or whatever, and I remember specifically seeing a damn cornucopia behind those fruit.
You know what it was? We was probably wearing like, we're not saying that we're poor or whatever, but we're not rich. So, we probably bought our shit from like Kmart's or something. Like it was probably like
Right.
bootleg in like different like
Fuck, it
areas
could
of like
be.
town.
I mean, who
Them
knows?
shit was probably bootleg and they added the cornucopia.
But
bro,
it's
you know what I mean?
but it's not just that though. Like a lot of people strongly remember the Monopoly man having a monocle.
You never had a monocle?
He never had a monocle. He never had a monocle, bro. If you look
Shut
up,
up.
bro, if you look up any picture
Yo,
of Monopoly, bro,
First of all-
he never had a monocle. You can look it up right now,
What's a
Steven.
Monaco?
A monocle?
Monocle's
A monocle,
one
like
glass.
a little one glass, that you hang over your eye. That you hang,
Oh,
like,
no, he
no.
definitely had that. Nah, you're bugging. He definitely had that.
he never had it, bro. Look it up. Bro, I put a whole stack on it. He's never had it. He never had that thing,
What?
bro. Yeah. Yo, he never had a monocle, bro, ever. And I know that for a fact because I never had that memory. I don't remember him ever having a monocle. He never had in my head. He never had one. But
You're a liar.
I'm dead serious. You know why?
Yeah.
Here's my theory. People confuse Mr. Monopoly for Mr. Peanut. Mr. Peanut had a monocle. Y'all remember
I'm
him?
working
Mr.
on something, Henry. I don't want to go to the castle.
Y'all remember that? Mr. Peanut? Who remembers Mr. Peanut? Come on.
Actually, I'll go with you, but I won't explore it. Let's go.
Just look.
All right, let's go. All right, keep going.
Eric, do you remember Mr. Peanut?
Yeah.
Yo, people confuse Mr. Peanut and Mr. Monopoly a lot. Mr. Peanut
That's
had a
probably what it is.
yeah. Mr. Peanut has a monocle. Mr. Monopoly doesn't have a monocle. hearing
Yeah,
Steven's
you're right.
hearing Steven's reaction right now. Steve, what are you doing?
Cutting sheep.
Oh, I thought you were looking at pictures of like Mr. Monopoly or something.
Yo, do we have any other topics to talk about?
Not really. To be real, we're kind of on the back end of it, but I wanted to finish my thought about the whole because I'm gonna do more research on that whole simulator thing because that's crazy.
I'm gonna get out of here.
That is crazy. I never once considered that. Even after seeing what's that movie? What's the name of that damn movie? The Matrix. I never once considered the possibility that we were living in a damn simulator. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'll send you the clip of the Elon Musk and Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yeah, sorry, Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about it, how it holds up really high that we might be in a simulator.
See,
I see it, Henry. Oh, it's a Villagers, bro.
It's a film. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yo,
that's
so
good.
so
Yeah,
Jazz
that's
just
good,
said
that's
look up the Denver airport conspiracy. Do you guys know what that is?
Yeah, dude, the Denver airport conspiracy is
that?
crazy, dude.
What is it? What is
that?
that?
It's just basically like the it's bringing up like I think the the Masons or like the
Yo, my
whatever.
brother knows a legit Mason, bro.
My
who
dad's
is
been
it?
a couple.
No, it's not the
Crazy
it's
people.
like
So.
the
Yeah,
people.
that shit's wild, right?
It's like the people who ruled the world or whatever. What's
So
their
pretty
name?
much like secret society crap.
Right, secret society, like it's a secret society or whatnot, and like some of the things there just don't make sense. Like basically, there's like a four horsemen. Like there's a weird horse statue too that like kind of fucks with your head.
Oh, boy, you mean this big blue statue I'm looking at right now?
Yeah. with a
Yo,
horse,
what
yeah.
is this?
It's weird, right?
Time out. Hold up. Time out. I'm gonna have to. Yo. I'm gonna have to say this for another episode because this looks crazy.
Oh, is that the thing about the airport that has a drawing? That one
It has a
drawing?
bunch of paintings and stuff, and like the way it's made is like very weird.
It's connected to how it's connected with like the devil and the government and all that shit and God and all that, right? Yeah, that shit's crazy.
What is that called though? Like every like musician, like either you're standing your left away, like
Contract?
no, it's like they thought that Beyonce was part of it.
Illuminati.
Oh, Beyonce,
Illuminati,
Shakira, and all them. Yeah,
The
but they're saying
Illuminati,
that
bro.
They're saying that both Beyonce and Shakira had to dig up their like teachers that they used to sing, their coach teachers or some shit like that, and like eat the hearts of their bodies, and like that's how they were able to get their beautiful voices and shit.
That's ridiculous. Not saying ridiculous,
Yo,
like not saying like I don't believe it, but like that's just crazy. Like
Bro. Stop it,
listen,
bro.
once you get really deep into shit gets creepy.
honestly, I'm one of those people that like remotely believes that some of these people that are like huge artists sold their soul to the devil. Like I'm not like I wouldn't be surprised if there's a good number of them that actually like sold their soul to the devil at some point. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Not saying they all did that. I'm pretty sure there's some pure legit artists out there that made it over like from pure hard work, but I'm pretty sure there's some out there who actually, you know, were given.
Fucking heated.
Oh, he died for real?
Is Henry okay?
Damn, how'd you die, bro?
But yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that dude. So I think what you guys should do. I used to watch his YouTube channel all the time. The YouTube channel is called like Horror Stories, man. This guy finds like the craziest stuff that like you don't hear about. And
he kind of sounds like Steven, and he kind of talks like this.
It's not like that. I know who you're talking about though, Eric. That guy is pretty great. But he's different. If Ed, I'll send you the YouTube link. But dude, some of the stories that he shares and like they're like out of this world crazy. Like he has like the audio, he has like the photos, he has videos. I'm like, damn, man, this is insane. Like there was this one video where this guy in Florida, he was like, his house was getting robbed over and over, multiple times, and like he got sick of it. And so one day he like parked his car like away from his house and make it seem like he wasn't home, so that people would come try and steal from his house again. So two teenagers get into his house, and one of them, one's a girl, the other is a boy. The girl walks down the stairs, dude, and he's legit chilling there with like not a shotgun, I think a rifle, and he shoots her, and she like falls down the stairs, pulls out a Magnum, dude, and just shoots her and blasts her in the chest, dead. The boy hears it, comes running like down to go see what happened. Boom, kills him too. And like you can hear him say like some shit like, "Oh, you thought you were like slick or whatever," blah blah blah. But basically, they like arrested him, and he was found guilty because it was like preempted murder, and he was planning on doing it, and it wasn't for self-defense.
I mean, they're right. That is preemptive murder.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's crazy though, dude. Like you can hear the audio, you can hear the gunshots, you can hear the girl like.
Oh, the actual real footage.
Dude. Yeah, you can hear the girl crawling.
That's
you can hear
crazy.
the girl gasping.
Yeah. See, yo, if I ever die and it's one of my friends that kills me, just know that it's Steven. This kid's a fucking weirdo. I think I'm joking when I'm telling you he's into weird fucking shit, bro.
No, dude, chill out.
He's a freak.
Chill out.
This kid definitely has like cats in his fucking
Yo, you said you gonna send me that?
basement.
Yeah, yo, Steven, you said you're gonna send me that?
Eric, you're.
Steven.
Yo.
We live, baby. We lit on the pod.
I'm getting to you right now, man.
All right, word. I'll check it out. I'll check it out tomorrow or something. But yeah, I think we're pretty much done. You guys got like any last comments y'all want to put out or anything?
No, except that I'm not from Maine. I don't live in New England. I'm actually from California.
It's funny because DJ's about to he's about to join in like 10 minutes. It's funny how we always cut this joint right before DJ shows up.
Fuck it. Fuck it. We're doing a long pod today then.
I don't know, man. We'd have to wait.
Let's do a 3-hour one.
Why are we gonna wait for DJ? What we gonna do until DJ shows up?
So what we could do, we could cut the episode. We could take a break.
Take a break.
Yeah, I gotta go pee.
I guess we could take a quick little 10-minute break.
Is that okay with you, Ed? Or do I have to?
We could gather more stories. We could go.
Yeah.
What we could go do is do our research on the theory and then talk about one of these things, review it.
Like shit. Bro.
And what I do think we should do is that we should all of us go try that Popeye's chicken sandwich and give our review on it, or we should do our live review on the podcast. We should all go get it at a certain time, have it ready.
I don't feel like eating pigeon.
Yo.
Yeah, I don't feel like eating.
It might not be pigeon, bro.
Well, we could take a
Yeah,
break though. We could take a break.
whatever it
Um,
is, Jay. I don't feel like eating it.
but anyway, so yeah, we're gonna take a I say 15, 30 minute break. I guess it's a good.
Yeah, make sure G's gonna get on though.
Yeah, DJ can get on. Yeah. So I guess episode two,
He'd be
two
lying too
point
much.
five. Yeah, he's definitely he lies way too much. Well, I don't know, but with the without him, I guess I will put out episode 2.5, and I guess another 30 minutes from now. But yeah, you were listening to the Keep It a Stack podcast by Six Stack, Kahamsha, TorpeedoShlong, Moochies, and Chronic Guy. Even though Henry hasn't really said anything, Henry's over there. Henry, Henry over there playing Minecraft and complaining about dying and whatnot. He hasn't said squat.
Hey yo, I was on like fucking level 47. Screw you guys.
Also, shout out to Jazz for being loyal and listening.
Yeah, shout out to Jazz,
Shout
big
out
facts.
to Jazz.
Fuck, man, I'm still
But
fucking
yeah,
eating, yo.
we're gonna take a break. We'll be back in like another, I'll say 15, 30 minutes. You've been listening to Six Stack. Keep it a stack. Thanks for listening. We'll be back later.